Here are my top 10 favorite English corpora, starting with number 1, the corpus of sci-fi anime dialogue. For his PhD thesis, linguist Kelvin Lee wanted to study how Japanese speakers use the many different first-person singular pronouns in the language. In order to do this, he built an entire corpus of sci-fi anime dialogue, which now anybody can use for research. By the way, this is part 3 of my series on corpus linguistics. If you don't know what that is, go check out the first video. Number 2, the Wikipedia corpus. That's right, you can search for every single place that a word or phrase occurs on Wikipedia and see other phrases it co-occurs with and how frequently it occurs. Here you can see that the words gnome and Chomsky occur pretty frequently near the word linguist. Number 3, the Human Speechome Project. MIT researcher Deb Roy wanted to understand how his infant son was learning to talk, so he wired up his house with 14 microphones, 11 cameras, and recorded almost every waking hour for the first 3 years that his son was alive. They recorded about 200 gigabytes of data per day. Because of this project, you can actually watch time lapses of his son learning how to pronounce specific words over time. Number 4, the Critical Role Corpus, a corpus of people playing Dungeons and Dragons based on the Critical Role web series. The corpus consists of transcripts from 159 episodes, or if you're counting, 400,000 turns. Number 5, the Switchboard Corpus, where linguists randomly called up pairs of people all over the United States and made them talk to each other for an hour. Then they transcribed all these conversations and created one of the first ever digitally searchable corpora of spoken American English. Number 6, the corpus of Avengers Endgame tweets. This is a selection of about 10,000 tweets all about Avengers Endgame. Programmers and linguists can use this data to learn about sentiment analysis, social media analytics, and data visualization. Number 7, the Google Books corpus. Because Google has digitized practically every book that's ever existed, you can use their Ngram viewer to view how frequently a word has been used in books over time. Here's a graph of how the word linguistics has changed in frequency from 1990 until today. Number 8, the Literotica corpus. Over 100,000 erotic fanfiction stories from literotica.com, a website devoted to erotic fiction and fantasy. Number 9, the COVID-19 Twitter corpus. This corpus is 289 million tweets about COVID-19 and 1.1 billion tweets total, including retweets. This corpus allows researchers to look at how different types of information or misinformation spread through the Twitterverse during the COVID-19 pandemic. Before we get to number 10, honorable mentions, the Candor corpus, 850 hours of recorded Zoom calls. Because sitting in those Zoom meetings wasn't enough, now we have to relive them by analyzing that data as well. The Child's corpus, which is a huge database of children's language from 26 different languages spanning from the 1960s to today. Over 4,500 published studies have used the Child's database in their research. And number 10 is the LANA corpus, one that's being built right now, which is going to be the largest ever corpus of spoken American English. They are recording over 1,000 hours of conversation from people all over the United States, and this will result in a database of about 10 million words. And the cool part about this is that the researchers are actually paying people to contribute recorded conversations to their database. So if you want to make a quick 25 bucks, I put the details for that in the description, or you can go check out the first video in this series. So if you haven't realized it already, linguists study all sorts of types of language and use, from day-to-day conversation to anime to porn to the New York Times. No type of language is any more or less useful or valid to linguistic science than any other.